top5rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. Another Friday live stream. How's everyone doing today? I see y'all in the chat. Shout out to Zero. Shout out to May. Mike 4PF. Are you actually affiliated with 4PF, like Lil Baby and them? Or Lil Baby? Dominique Jones, you know, because we don't call that man Lil Baby. That's crazy. So anyway, another Friday live stream. Today we're doing, I guess Drake canceled his Australian tour. I don't know anything about this. I know a lot of times when YouTubers react to stuff, they've already seen it before, but then they're just acting like they're reacting. I actually haven't seen this because I've been working. And I've been working on some videos. So here on the channel, we got some new videos up. We got Jay-Z's warning to Drake aged perfectly. This is a great video. It's about Drake's or Jay-Z's verse on Light Up. Great verse. And we got the most important story Kendrick told, but no one heard. So this is about the song Average Joe. This is also a great video. So if you haven't watched those, definitely cue those up for after the live stream, of course, because we gonna get into this live stream. Shout out to Sway Boogie in the chat. All right, so again, I don't know anything about this Australian tour, but we gonna let Justin Hunt tell it for us. Let's put this on 1.25 speed because I may have ADHD. Let's get into it.
Thanking everybody rocking with the channel. Thanking everybody subscribing
Y'all
to
can
the
hear
channel.
that?
Who shared a video, shared a link. It's priceless. Big thank you to everyone who's donated. If you'd like to donate, you can hit the Cash App that's right up there, or you can hit the link in the description. And big thank you to all my newest members.
Someone said, do you think Drake will ever say Kendrick's name again? Sure, why not? I think they should do a song together.
All my newest members, T. Jamal Lee, MP4.404, VLC, Alejandro Fernandez, Sleeper Agent 212, The Mitchell Hour.
Skip ahead a little bit.
It's priceless. I really appreciate you. See songs for
Shout out to the members. Shout out to the members, to the company, man.
But there's other big news on the Drake front.
There we go.
There's some legal updates that are going around, but there's a lot of interesting things that are happening with Drake legal updates. I'll come back around to that story once I get a better opportunity to ask a couple of legal experts about what's really going on here. But
wait,
news
I think he's Drake, about the UMG lawsuit. Yeah,
Drake's Anita Max Win tour has been canceled. Okay, he had a few dates left, and he decided to cancel the tour early. So
Anita Max Win. I need a Max Win. I thought that tour. See, I saw some people clowning on Drake canceling the tour, like, oh, he couldn't sell tickets. But I thought that tour was sold out. I thought it sold out off pre-orders. Let's ask AI. Was Anita Max Win tour sold out? Yeah, sold out. Drake Sudden, and this is parade.com. I don't know how reliable they are. Drake suddenly postpones 4 sold out concerts. So the concerts were sold out. So the people who are clowning, like talking about, oh, he canceled the shows because he can't sell tickets anymore, the tickets were already sold. Let's see.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the details around this. Here's a news clip from...
Kyrie said, is that your beat that you made for the intro? Nah, that's not my beat. If I could make beats like that, like, yo, I would be... I wouldn't be doing this. It's a fire beat, though.
Australian news. This is how they reported it.
Real blow for Drake fans. With just 4 shows left on his Australian-New Zealand tour, he's cutting things short. Apparently there was a scheduling conflict. Really?
Scheduling.
His rep is reportedly working on...
Scheduling. It's scheduling. Come on, y'all.
...the shows and adding new dates. The news comes amid reports that the rapper flew out of Brisbane this morning.
So a scheduling conflict. A scheduling conflict is what they're saying. Now, I find it very odd that there's a scheduling conflict on a tour that was
on a tour
in 2024.
Months ago, yeah.
We knew Drake was going to be in Australia, literally in the farthest place in the world from where the Super Bowl was, since 2024.
Yeah, it's odd that there's a scheduling conflict. Obviously, I don't think that's the real reason Drake canceled his tour. I mean, there's probably something personal going on, maybe, or something like that, to where Drake doesn't feel like he wants to continue to do this. But yeah, a scheduling conflict when the tour is already booked months in advance, sounds a little odd.
We all knew he was going to be there. He sold his tickets. He told his fans he was going to be there. And somehow there's a scheduling conflict. Now, that just seems pretty weird. It does seem pretty weird. So let's look at a few more details. Here is...
Alfredo said, I laid bars on that beat. Yeah, if you know, you know. It's on my channel. I laid some bars. I laid like a couple verses on that beat. I love that beat, man. I use it on all my videos. If you listen like closely on my videos, you can hear that beat playing faintly. I always play it.
Pop DX story. Drake abruptly postpones the remaining Australia and New Zealand tour dates. The surprise cancellation follows rumors that the tour was set to be cut short after tickets were removed from sale for the remaining shows.
After tickets were
Let's read
removed
that
from
sentence.
sale, yeah.
The surprise cancellation follows rumors that the tour was set to be cut short after tickets were removed from sale for the remaining shows. Sounds like there was tickets left. Sounds like there were.
After tickets were removed from sale, yeah. If tickets were removed from sale, but I thought they were sold out. Again, I don't be. If it's not an album or about music, I don't really be giving. I don't really be caring, honestly. But so I don't know if for sure if it was sold out or not, the tour, but apparently it wasn't. Let's see.
There were tickets left, and then they stopped selling those remaining tickets, and then he canceled the show. Okay, so that's what that reads like to me. I see a lot of people saying that the tour was sold out and all these things. Based on this,
Why is there a picture of Dame and Jay-Z right here? What does Dame Dash have to do with this?
how this reads here, the surprise cancellation follows rumors that the tour was set to be cut short after tickets were removed from sale.
Like, well, what does Rockefeller have to do with this? Like, why is this video in here? Someone said, Alfredo said, I just watched a video about it, and people from Australia said he dropped prices for his tickets and gave away tickets on the radio. People do that sometimes, or at least when I was growing up. Like, when you listen to the radio, like Power 105.1 or 92.3 The Beat or whatever, they will give out concert tickets for free if you called in. Like, oh, the 109th caller gets tickets to R. Kelly. R. Kelly is crazy. Well, I'm just giving the example. So,
remaining shows. To me, that sounds like there's some tickets
Juice
left,
Lee,
and that was
Auto
an
Ghost,
indication,
what up?
that the tour was going to be canceled because there was a rumor that maybe these last 4 dates weren't going to go off. Let's get back into the article. Drake's representatives then confirmed that the concerts are indeed no longer going ahead, though they are working on rescheduling. We are actively working on rescheduling these dates, along with adding some additional shows. All tickets for the affected shows will remain valid for the new dates. Refunds will
So people who bought tickets stayed, and you got canceled on. They probably took work off, took school off, so they're still going to be eligible to go to the show on the new date.
be available for those.
See, I don't even think it's this deep. I think it's I think there's just something personal to where Drake can't make those dates. But I saw online people were making up all type of theories. Off-Tint's gift, Mashika. We got to find a shorthand name for that. If he could sue for canceling, he almost come on now. The lawsuit jokes.
prefer, but please note that as these shows are sold out, any refunded tickets will be released for sale. So that seems to say the opposite. Now it says, oh, the shows are sold out. Now that's from Drake's team.
Yeah, right? That's what I thought. But yeah, let me read that again. We're actively working on rescheduling these dates along with adding additional shows. So to me, if they're adding additional shows, this means they didn't have an issue selling tickets. Because why would you be adding additional shows if you can't sell tickets? I don't even think the venue would let you book if you have a history of not selling out the venue or not, selling out tickets well. Would they would the venue allow you to continue to book additional shows? Sounds sketchy to me. All tickets for the affected shows will remain valid for the new dates. Please note these shows are sold out. Yeah, so any refunded tickets will be released for sale. So all the people who bought tickets and then now they got rescheduled on, for the people who, let's say they can't make the rescheduled date, they can't take work off or whatever, those tickets are going to go for sale. So it is sold out. This is what I thought. Andy and Bruce said it won't be a new date. The prices were already low. Even with sold out shows, he still wasn't making much money. I can't say how much money he was making. Man, go on the tour overseas. I mean, where rappers make their most money is shows, concerts, even club appearances. So to go on an international tour, I cannot personally say that Drake was not making much money. That sounds like a nice bag, to be honest. There won't be a new date, but they said there's going to be new dates. And there's not only are they going to be new dates, they're rescheduling new dates. It also says they're going to add more shows. So
Any refunded tickets will be released for sale. So that seems to say the opposite. Now it says, oh, the shows are sold out. Now that's from Drake's team.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, you can imagine how this conversation is being spun online.
yeah,
A
that's
lot
what
of people saying that the tours weren't sold out.
Yeah.
Other people saying that they dropped the ticket prices just
That's what I
extremely
heard.
low. Drake's team is saying the tickets were sold out, so they will go back on sale. No matter how you slice it, Drake is not performing at his last 4 dates due to a scheduling conflict. Here's DX. Drizzy's Anita Max Win Tour was originally scheduled for 14 shows between early February and mid-March, but the rapper only performed 10 concerts down under, leaving thousands of fans disappointed.
Okay.
Dates in Brisbane, Sydney, and Auckland are due to be rescheduled. Drake himself has not yet commented on the tour's premature end. The Toronto native has garnered headlines throughout his overseas tours thanks to his financial generosity towards fans. At his final show in Brisbane, he offered to cover the cost of cancer treatment for one attendee's mother.
That's nice. I think a lot of people, like Company Man said, there's a lot of people who were online saying this and that. Why, making up theories why Drake canceled these shows. Sometimes it's just as simple as something came up. I have to go back to Canada. Well, I'm saying Canada because that's where Drake is from. I have to go back there to see someone in the hospital or go to a funeral or go to be a graduation, because then there will be no scheduling conflict because you would know about someone's graduation ahead of time. But basically unforeseen events. And this happens to everyone. So there are more important things in life than the concert. Mashika said that Al should have went to Canada and regroup, take some time off, chill with his son. But he was supposed to take time off. Like, if you remember, before the whole Kendrick beef, Drake was supposed to go on vacation. He was supposed to take time off. But instead, he got in a beef with Kendrick, which was odd. Andy and Bruce says, plus he's giving thousands to people begging at shows. How do you guys know this? Send me the links. I'll react to those. Send me the links. How do you guys know this?
Someone in the crowd holding up a sign that read, "Mom's cancer treatment," Drake said, "I can't ignore this right here. Everybody has been pointing to this man all night. This is important." He continued, "Make some noise for anybody in this world that's fighting any disease, but especially cancer. That's real soldiers, real gangster."
Yeah, that's facts.
1 second applause to people who are fighting cancer. He then made his much anticipated offer to help. "Let me tell you something, my man," he continued. "I'm not even going to put a number on it. Whatever you need for your mother's cancer treatment, I'm going to take care of everything for you. I promise you anything."
So was that planned, or is that real? Is that real or fake? Because I saw a picture of Drake at his concert, fans begging, where the people are holding up signs and everyone's basically begging for money. Here it is right here. So you can get a bigger. Can I enlarge this? Drag and drop. Boom. Okay, here we go. So one of these signs said "Mum's cancer treatment." Mum, because it's all, Australia. But then look at this. Drizzy, help him buy my mom a Birkin. Drake, help me pay off my mom's mortgage. Fly us. It looks like this says "Fly us to Greece." So, and then amidst these signs was someone that had a sign saying mom's cancer treatment. So is that, I don't know, do y'all think that was real, or is that staged by OVO? Good little publicity stuff? I don't know.
So that's something that's...
Well, there are plenty of videos with him promising things. People think that shows if he falls through with it, then it costs money. Sure, he's giving out like 10 different fans, but he's giving out money. Okay, so you guys have seen the video where he's giving out. Again, like I said earlier, if it's not like on an album, it's very hard for me to keep up with a lot of things, even like sports. So to keep up with like the little minute details of like, oh, this guy gave a fan $8,000 at a concert in Auckland, Australia. Like, I'm not really going to know about that type of stuff.
It's been happening at Drake tours. People have gone to Drake's shows in Australia and holding up signs, asking for things, asking for money, basically. Now, maybe this is something...
Y'all make sure y'all vote on the poll, too. Did you like the video, subscribe, or both? That's the poll in the chat. May said, "It's crazy we're coming up on the year anniversary of Like That." I agree. It is crazy. It's even crazier? It's crazy that people still want to hear the Kendrick versus Lamar stuff, and the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake stuff on YouTube. It's crazy. It's crazy that people still want content like that. But if y'all want it, we'll keep producing it, man. But that's also crazy. Like, it's been a year and people still want this. So like, here it is.
Sort of partnership with Stake, which is basically what he named his tour after. I need a max win. I need a max win. Perhaps that's some sort of promotion that they're doing. But every stop has been some story about people asking for money and Drake giving it to them. Look at this picture right here. This is one of the most dystopian.
Yeah, I already did this one. My fault. I burped right into the mic. The Demonat said, "I don't think it's staged, but I think people are lying to get free money." Yeah, but I mean, why pick the cancer sign then? There are other sad signs amiss here, right? Look at this one. It says, "Drake, give my father a break. Help me buy a car. Pay off my mortgage. Fund my first holiday, my first vacation." So you just gonna pick out like which one is more sad? I mean, I guess it's subjective.
In pictures I've ever seen. Look at this. I mean, I agree with the caption here. It says, Drake aside, literally replace him with any celeb. This is one of the most genuinely dystopian photographs I've seen in recent months. Look at this. Drizzy, help him.
Whose account is this? I saw this tweet too. He didn't show who posted it.
What's it say? Drizzy, help him buy me, mom, a Birkin.
Yeah.
5 years together. Help me buy an engagement ring. Drake, give my father a break.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Drake and Nicki are very generous to their fans, says RT the brand. Are they? Did you see Katie's tweet about Cole? No, I didn't. I think I might have saw, like, I think you talking about the tweet where Kevin Durant was like, yeah, this song, because he's talking about J. Cole's new song, Clouds. He was like, yo, this song is fire. Forget all that fake tough stuff. You talking about that one? If yes, then I saw that one. If there was another one after that, I didn't see it. Marty McFly said there's YouTube drama that gets views a decade later. I'm not surprised by the Dot and Drake stuff still working. Yeah. Yeah. True that.
Poppy, help pay off my mom's mortgage. I mean, this is just a crazy thing to look at a rap show.
Yeah, right.
And to me, it really is a sign of the environment we're in and rapidly speeding.
Yeah, so I did see that Katie tweet about Cole. I saw people responding. I gotta pull up my Twitter now. I saw people responding to it. People like worry me, man. Like the way I cope with the fact that there is so much odd things on the internet, like people acting oddly, is the way I cope with it in my head is like, okay, these people are just young. But then you go to their page and this dude is like 28. These people are like 31. It's odd. So let me see if I can find what I said about that Kevin Durant tweet. When was that? That would have been earlier. Yeah, I can't. You're right here. Katie is alluding that fake is a Drake. So this was this guy's response to it. Katie is alluding that Kendrick is a fake tough guy. Because I know he wouldn't say that to his face. Yo, what's wrong with people? What's wrong with people? First of all, the Kevin Durant tweet didn't mention Kendrick at all. He was bigging up the J. Cole song. All he was doing was bigging up J. Cole's song. Like, this is tight. Forget all that fake stuff or fake tough stuff. This is great rap, which I agree. I agree with both. I agree it's a great song, Clouds, and I agree the fake tough guy stuff, it's been played out, but people love it, right? But it's been played out to me. Nowhere in that tweet did KD say anything about Kendrick. Let me see if I can pull that tweet of Kevin Durant, J. Cole tweet. Because Kevin Durant be on Twitter all day. Like he probably be on Twitter like at his games and stuff. Here's it. Okay. Whoa. No copyright on the music. Here's the tweet. I don't care about none of that fake tough guy-ish. This is mastery. He's talking about J. Cole's. So people took that. People like this guy took that. And shout out to this guy. Like, we're not trying to pick on you. There's like two major offenses with this post. First of all, he's taking what Kevin Durant said as a shot at Kendrick. I don't care about none of that fake tough guy-ish. This is mastery. That tweet has nothing to do with Kendrick Lamar. Then he says, because I know he wouldn't say. So this is the second offense. I know Kevin Durant wouldn't say that to Kendrick's face. What are y'all talking about? Are y'all fantasizing about a cowboy-esque Western standoff between Kevin Durant and Kendrick Lamar? Like, who do y'all think? Yo, Kevin Durant's like almost 7 feet. You talking about what he would and wouldn't say to another man's face. Like, I don't know, man. People worry me, man. People legitimately worry me. In the chat, yeah, Demon Ass said Kevin Durant deleted the tweet. Yeah, because like then your mentions get all messed up. Like people are they act oddly when it comes to Kendrick. Very oddly. Some people. but a lot of people. Nikki paid like for 100 fans college tuition on the Ellen show. Oh, that shout out to Nikki. O'Neal said context is important. Kevin Durant dissed Kendrick by saying he don't care about the Super Bowl performance and then posted that tweet not too long after. Let me try to pull that up. Let me try to pull it up. One fan, let's see. One fan tried to say Kevin Durant needed permission from Drake to support Cole. While throwing shade at Kendrick Lamar, Kevin Durant replied, "I'm throwing shade at fans like you. Been hating on Cole this whole time. Just listen to the music and shut the F up." No, I got facts. I didn't see this. So let's see what O'Neal is talking about. I didn't see the context where, because I mean, I didn't see the whole Kevin Durant tweet about the Super Bowl performance. I'm trying to find it. So they don't mention it in this article. So just because he tweeted one thing and then hours later tweeted another thing doesn't necessarily mean they're connected. I don't even, like when I listen to Kendrick's, like when someone says fake tough guy raps, the first thing that comes to my mind is not even Kendrick. Like that's not what first pops into my mind. Like, oh, Kendrick could be rapping like a fake tough guy. Like that's not what I think personally. Like when I think fake tough guy raps, I think, well, I'm not going to start calling out rappers, but it's a lot of people I think about. Kendrick is literally not one of them. Marty McFly said it wasn't a tweet, it was an interview. But then it was a tweet, though. This is a tweet, though, like the post about the J. Cole clouds. I don't care about none of that fake tough guy-ish. That was a tweet. So are y'all saying Kevin Durant said something in an interview and then tweeted something and then people just connected Kendrick to it? I don't know. Again, I don't be tapped in like a lot of people. I just saw people. Yo, and there was another one too. Hold on. Then Ransom responded. Maybe I deleted my tweet too. Then Ransom responded. Ransom the rapper. He was like, what did Ransom say? Oh, the tweet's deleted, huh? But then Ransom was like, what about guys who can do both? And then people are like, oh yeah, Kendrick. And no, it's not about Kendrick. Ransom is talking about himself. Yo, I can't with these people, man.
Further drive into. I mean, this is a picture of
again, the way I cope with this, these people are young. Even if they're 35, don't tell me. If they're 40, 22, don't tell me. I just want to believe that these people are like 12 years old and don't know any better. It keeps my faith in humanity.
Oligarchical state. You defund all the governments, you take away all the services that help people, and then you have some wealthy people give money to people in need, and that is a sign of that's your new healthcare policy.
Did y'all see how Trump did Zelensky today? Ukraine Zelensky? Yo, he tossed that man up. I'm gonna have to watch that after this. After we watch everything hip hop first, we're gonna do that at the end.
Your new healthcare policy is
he destroyed that man.
Artist A or oligarch B decides to be generous and pay for your mom's cancer treatment. This picture is wild. Now, Yeah, personally, I think we need Medicare for all, like really free healthcare, but I think we also need a private option because when you have free healthcare, like government-run healthcare, like I don't know one government-run service that's good. Like I won't say good. The post office is great and things like that, but like they're a lot slower than the private options. I would keep the private healthcare option also for the people who want to pay more or that maybe they have a job that offers it. But yeah, you shouldn't need to come to concerts to beg for money for healthcare. That's sad. That's not sad for the person begging. That's sad for the society they live in. Like, that's crazy. People are giving these people in the audience these signs, or if people in general are making their own signs and going to a Drake show. But this is a crazy image. Crazy image. So this is what Hip Hop DX.
And this is Australia too. This isn't even America. So Australia's healthcare system is messed up too. That's dark.
I was talking about at the tail end of that article. Now, honestly, overall, I think generosity of all types is welcome. And
Marty McFly said, just scroll past it. Go talk to people in real life. Twitter will make you lose faith. Yeah, YouTube comments too. YouTube comments are pretty terrible. Like I try to at least pride myself on, at least in the first day I post a new video, I try to comment on most things, but like it's the same thing. Like I had someone tell me that YouTube commenters are a little bit more mature than the Twitter audience. I don't agree. I think my people are cool, but yeah, I don't agree with that.
A great sign of humanity. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying in general, if you look at this picture, these are the type of pictures that have been coming out of Drake's tour in Australia. This is crazy. So a lot of people are very skeptical, of course. Take a look at this right here. J. Michelle says, we canceling sold out tours now?
Like, what's the implication behind this? We canceling, so the implication is she put sold out in quotes. The implication is she doesn't think the shows were actually sold out.
Sold out tours. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of skepticism as to the real reasons as to why this is happening. And truthfully, we don't really know. Everything has come out through
Subscribe to the channel, please. Pretty please, and like the video.
this statement for the most part. He might have had a family member who's ill.
Yeah, that's what I said, yeah.
There might have been some really great reason for him to end his tour this way. But look at academics, Lil Wayne and Mal. We canceling sold out tours now? Scheduling conflict? Tour was booked in 2024? Tour was booked during the Biden administration?
Yeah, I can't really say either or. My first thought was something in his personal life happened. Like, I don't know. I have no reason to believe that they're lying about the tour is sold out. So who reported that the tour was sold out? Did the venue report that Anita Max Win tour sold out? TikTok, that's not a great source. See, he postponed it. See, cancels is not the correct, I guess it's a word, it's a descriptor, but postpone is the better descriptor. By saying he canceled his final 4 shows, it's like, okay, I'm done. No, he moved the dates back and then potentially will add more, according to that article company man just read. I don't know. I guess I just don't get off on, I just don't think that the negative part, like, oh, he canceled the tour, so I'm not thinking negative, like, oh, that means he didn't actually sell out. He's having trouble selling tickets. That's not what I'm thinking. But I can understand why people would think that. Andy and Bruce in the chat, shout out to the chat and shout out to the lurkers. The lurkers, you don't have to go in the chat. That's fine. Just like and subscribe. It's fine. I was going to read Andy and Bruce. Drake probably brought the measles outbreak. I'm not going to read that, man. Yo. Allegedly. I'm not reading that. Mike 4PF said, isn't company man supposed to be, we not reading that either. Come on, man. We try to support everybody around here, man. We try and keep it positive. Keeks Hand said, Australia had some major fires a year ago. Their economy is likely not the best at the moment. But Drake already done. So are you saying are you saying Australia's economy is not the best, therefore people can't buy the tickets? Because the article that company man read said that Drake has planned for 14 shows and he's already done 10 of the shows. And then the other 4 shows were already sold out. So only Drake seems have said it was sold out. Nothing official ever said that. Okay.
Facts.
That makes sense then. So if no one actually reported that, I can understand. Do we know if those first 10 shows were sold out? Do we know if the first 10? If they're reselling tickets, then it's not canceled. Yeah. If they're reselling tickets, it's not canceled. Yeah. Yep. I see what you're saying. RT the brand said he wants the dates closer together because he's losing money. They had the dates 2 weeks apart. Why would he be losing money, the RT the brand? What's your theory? This is the second time doing this. I don't know. If it were me and I was overseas, because you got to think you're far away from home. If it was me and I were overseas and something happened back here in California, like something that was urgent, like someone's in the hospital or there's a funeral or something that I didn't foresee, you bet your bottom dollar I'm leaving. I don't care about how many shows I got left. I'm leaving. My business manager is going to handle all that. I'm going back to where I need to go, and then I'm coming back when I'm done. That's how I see it. The tickets were cheap. They could buy if they wanted them. Yeah. Ack said it was sold out also. Ack, not really shout out to academics, but when it pertains to Drake, I don't know if that's, my source. Yeah, so.
This one out. Chilling with Moni. Never in my life have I seen an artist cancel a sold out tour for scheduling conflicts.
Oh, yeah, she got really mad at me one time and blocked me. I forgot what I said, though.
If the dates are sold out, how is there a scheduling conflict? Yeah, 1 second pause.
Let me see that. Never in my life have I seen an artist cancel a sold out tour for scheduling conflicts. If the dates are sold out, how is there scheduling conflict? So I think she's getting at the right she's getting at the right idea in that scheduling conflict is not the real reason. But I just don't go straight negative and think, oh, scheduling conflict means you couldn't sell the tickets. I'm just, I guess, using a different part of my brain where I'm like, okay, he's saying scheduling conflicts to cover for something else. It's like when certain like NBA players, they put themselves on the injury list for a game and it says like they're sick or something that's not major. Like it just says they're sick or something like that. I think these players would play if they could, even if they were sick, but I think they're saying they're sick because they have something else going on that they don't want out in the media. That's just how I see it though. I can't trust Ak as a credible source. Ak is credible on a lot of things, and then some. But as it pertains to Drake, it's he's like Drake is his favorite rapper. So the same with these like crazy Kendrick people. That's how Ak is for Drake. So like, it's going to be hard to be impartial when you have that type of love for someone's music. A few of them were definitely sold out. You can tell by looking at seat availability, but I don't know how many of those were radio giveaways. Well, radio giveaways, yeah, true. Australians are saying there were a lot of those. Yeah, sure. I'll take you guys' word for it. DNP coach's decision. Exactly, Rudy. All right, yeah. DNP coach's decision. Now, if a player doesn't play in the game and their reason, you look on the injury list for that game and it says DNP coach's decision or something like that, are you automatically going to go and say, oh, the coach and the player, they're fighting, they're duking it out? That's not what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking there's conflict between the coach and the player. I'm thinking that there's an issue that the player doesn't want out in the media. So this is what we're going to put on the list. Like, we don't need stories running about what's happening in your personal life. That's what I think personally.
Have I seen an artist cancel a sold out tour for scheduling conflicts? If the dates are sold out, how is there a scheduling conflict?
Yeah. I'll keep going.
1 second plus. Great
Keep
question.
going.
How is there a scheduling conflict? This is very odd. Very odd. Now, the Breakfast Club covered this morning, and they reached out to OVO Eli, I believe is who they said. I'm not up on the OVO roster of employees. I just know Chubbs,
Baca.
Hardy, and Baca.
Weird case.
And 40. 1 second applause. For not like us. So, but the Breakfast
RT the brand say it's a K is giving K-Bot. Yeah, there's some crazy Kendrick. The crazy Kendrick crazies do not like me because, yeah, I'm not like crazy over Kendrick like that.
Club covered it this morning, and they reached out to OVO Eli, and they gave OVO Eli
Fanatics.
OVO Eli gave a statement explaining the schedule conflict in a little deeper detail. Key to the city here, they pretty much reiterate what was said on the Breakfast Club. Update. Per an OVO source, the reason for cancellation was a cost time issue, as Drake didn't want to be idle for 12 days between shows. Drake offered to share costs to pay his staff of 100 plus people, but hosts declined. That's when Drake made the move to cancel the tour.
Okay, so let's theorize on this. Per OVO source, which is not really, like, unless you're going to say the source's name, this is all just hearsay. The reason for the cancellation was a cost time issue. Drake didn't want to be idle for 12 days between shows. So apparently there was. So how does that work? So there's one show, and then the time between this show and the next show is 12 days, 2 weeks. And Drake doesn't want to be idle. So he offers to share costs. He offered to share costs to pay his staff. To do what, though? You don't want to be idle for 12 days, so you offer to share costs to pay his staff of 100 plus people. And then you cancel. So this doesn't even make sense because none of these reports, this is why we just need a good source to report on this. This says that's when Drake made the move to cancel the tour. The article that Company Man was reading earlier, let me see. What article was that? What is this? Hip Hop DX? What website is this? What is this? Put it in the chat. They said he postponed, which means he's still going to do those dates. He's still going to do those shows and he's going to add more. This one is saying that he canceled the tour. I don't even trust this because this doesn't even make sense. You didn't want to sit idle between 12 days. So then why would Drake move his shows back more? So now he's going to be idle for like 20 days. This doesn't even make, who is this? Key to the City? Let's look them up. And maybe it's a reputable source. The City. Yeah, this is not a reputable source whatsoever. Yeah, that was Hip Hop DX. Yeah, this is straight made up.
An issue, as Drake didn't want to be idle for 12 days between shows. Drake offered to share costs to pay his staff plus of 100 plus people, but hosts declined.
This don't even make sense. Like, even if you didn't know anything else, just reading this at face value doesn't even make sense.
That's when Drake made the move to cancel the tour. Okay, so still sounds weird to me because, again, this tour was booked last year. It's weird to have this kind of scheduling conflict. So what they're saying is they didn't want to chill.
When things stop, okay. So yeah, like Company Man said, yeah, the tour was booked months, a year in advance, maybe even perhaps. So you know how much time you're going to have in between shows. Like, this is not a revelation you come to as you're there. Like, you already know the whole layout. So to me, all these things, just taking all this into account, what makes the most sense is that something happened back home that Drake had to go to and he couldn't miss it. All this other like pontificating sounds crazy, man. It's like, what are they talking about, man? Like, what are people talking about? Did the folks actually get paid? They said all this production stuff not there no more. I don't know. Like, as you can see, people are saying a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense. So I guess I'll just let, the facts come out. Who said Australia is third world? Australia is not third world. That's crazy. Third world. That's a crazy term to use on somebody. Yeah.
But hosts declined. That's when Drake made the move to cancel the tour. Okay, so still sounds weird to me because, again, this tour was booked last year. It's weird to have this kind of scheduling conflict. So what they're saying is they didn't want to chill in New Zealand or Australia for 12 days between shows, right? He's got makeup, he's got production staff. I guess he has dancers maybe. I generally never see dancers whenever I see clips of Drake at shows. Really just seems like Drake on stage and like a very traditional rapper.
Yeah, I've been to a Drake show, one. Not the T-Mobile Arena. At where did I see Drake? Was it Staples Center? Back when it was Staples Center, there was no dancers.
Kind of concert. But
everybody reaching for views. Only people who really know are the actual insiders. Yeah, it's shameful, bro. It's shameful. Like, the hip hop community right now is. I said it earlier in the post. This is like the worst I've seen the hip hop community ever since I've been in hip, and like the stuff coming out of people's mouths. This is the worst I've ever seen it. And this is shameful, bro.
There's dancers. Maybe I'm just missing all this, right? I haven't been to a Drake show since whichever tour had the Revenge merch, because that's the only piece of Drake merch I have.
That was Summer 16. That's a tour I went to also. That's the one I went to too. Your Summer 16.
Looking for revenge.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 second applause. But apparently there was 12 days between performances. They didn't want to stay for 12 days. It might have been too expensive, so they decided to cancel those 4.
Subscribe, yo. All my people watching, shout out to you. You don't got to post in the chat. We would like you to. Just hit subscribe, though. No pressure. Just hit subscribe and like. We're going to keep it going.
And
I'm going to do another video after this.
Does still feel weird. It still feels weird because this show was booked so far in advance. But nevertheless, these are the details that we have now on Drake's cancellation. Like I mentioned earlier, there's some stuff that's happening with Drake's legal filing, and everything is real weird and murky over there. So I'm going to take another look.
It's so bad because one particularly large artist decided to start a full disinformation campaign because he lost a rap battle. I can't say, I can only hold people to what they do, hold people personally accountable. I liked the Drake and Kendrick rap beef. I thought it was a good rap beef. I thought Kendrick destroyed the man. Like I wanted this to happen like in 2012. Like it should have happened 11 years ago. Cool. I thought Kendrick did what he was supposed to do. I thought Drake put up pretty much the best fight that you can put up against Kendrick at this point in his career. Like, I don't see any other rapper out right now putting up any kind of numbers against Kendrick, right? So that aside, I'm holding the people individually accountable. If you are one of these people on social media, YouTube comments, acting like a complete, I don't want to use any terms that's going to offend the mental health community, but if you acting like a crazy person, stop. You're making this horrible, terrible. Please get some help.
Some lawyers about that before I report on that here. But let me know what you guys think about Drake's cancellation. Are you surprised that he didn't follow through this time? Nah. You following through.
Well, he's going to follow through based on the article that was read at first. He's going to follow through. He's going to, according to this, I don't know. All these sources seem to be different from each other. But according to this source that's here, he's going to, like, the people, they're going to get new dates for their tickets, and then they're going to add more shows, according to that. So, yeah, we're far from destroyed. What do you mean? Breakfast Club are the people that got this information from Drake's team. They were confused too. Until people start naming sources, I don't want to hear per an OVO source, per this source. I could go on Twitter right now and be like, yo, hold on, let me see. Let me start a rumor. Per the OVO source, Drake is a blah blah blah. And let's see how far that goes. Like, we don't want to hear, like, come on, man. So anyways, what do y'all think about this? I think it's overblown. What makes the most sense is something happened back home that Drake had to go attend to, unforeseen. What makes the second most sense is this depends on if the shows were actually sold out. But if, let's say, if it's not confirmed whether the shows were sold out and he was having trouble selling tickets, what makes the second most sense is, yeah, we're going to cancel some of these tours because we've done 10 shows already, and then we're not going to get our money back on these 4 shows. But if the tickets were already sold out, then that doesn't even make sense. Like, anyways. Oh, they did name the source OVO Eli. True that. They think they're OVO. Bro said we're far from destroyed. Yeah, I didn't even know how to respond to that. So anyways, we're going to do another video. And because we're going to do the, what's that called? Since we're on the Drake topic, we're going to do the Give Me a Hug reaction. Or not the reaction, breakdown. So we're going from Company Man to What's the Dirt, because, you know, I'm just for peace in the Middle East. So we're going to do both videos tonight. And yeah, let me read some of the chat first. Post in the chat. I'm reading the chat. Hold on. I might have a video dropping tonight too, you know, so be aware. Dot didn't lie on Drake, and Drake started. Yeah, we all know what happened in the beef already. Sources. Well, and it is. There's still potential that Kendrick did lie about Drake, about the whole daughter thing. We don't know if that's true. RT the brand said Kendrick's tour is the one that isn't sold out. I don't be knowing about shows and numbers. I know them tickets was expensive. I don't really like stadium concerts either. The times that I've seen Kendrick, he's always a great performer, but like the weakest, I don't even say the weakest, it's not the best descriptor. I don't like stadium tours. I saw Kendrick at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas, and Travis Scott was there. He opened for Kendrick, which is crazy to think about nowadays, right? Like Travis Scott opening for Kendrick. It's cool, but I don't really like stadium tours. When I saw Kendrick like at the Glass House or like at my school, he performed at my school one year. Those were the times, man. Those were like small, tight-knit, we in here packed out, sweaty. It's only real fans. We know all the album cuts word for word. That's my scene. The whole stadium stuff, it's overblown. The smaller shows, I think I saw a Kendrick for like $20 type beat. You know what I mean? You know, type beat. We don't know if it's true, but he didn't invent it out of nothing in any case. Andy and Bruce says Drake has other kids. I'm sure. I don't know. I can't speak on the man's kids, man. Way better than these other guys. Okay. So yeah, let's damn, it's 22 minutes. Okay, we're gonna get into it.
However,
It started. There we go.
all right, guys. So Drake is back from the so-called dead, and he dropped a respectable R&B project with Party Next Door.
Who's out there for me?
Yeah, Vegas Des said, I don't like concerts in giant venues. Yeah, I don't like those either, to be honest, except one weekend concert you went to at SoFi. Okay, shout out to Inglewood. Yeah, I don't like those big shows. My favorite show to go to nowadays is like Currency, when Currency does shows, because it's still that same vibe as if you were to go see Currency in 2010. It's like very tight-knit, very, you know what I mean? Yeah, Dallas Outdoor Amphitheater for the TDE tour. Yeah, man. Y'all remember Paid Dues? Yo, we need Paid Dues Festival back, man. Rock the bells.
However, Drake is still Drake, and even though it's melodies for the most part, he did actually get to some rapping, and he didn't hold back on a track titled...
Yeah, I didn't like this album. No surprise, I didn't like it. Y'all saw my yawning review that I did for this, but when I went on No Jumper, I actually gave a more thought out review. In my yawning review, I just yawned the whole time. Someone said I should have slept through it. That's a good idea, but Anthony Fantano already did that. Shout Fantano, so I'm not gonna take his whole, but I would have been down and get a little pillow and just sleep. But when I went on No Jumper, I kind of gave more reason as to why I don't like this album. I kind of broke it down a little better.
Give Me a Hug. I actually really like this track. First off, for the cover art, we've got Drake and Party posted up at the Absolute World Towers in Mississauga, which is where Party is from. These towers are also referred to as the Marilyn Monroe due to their curvy looking design, so this was definitely a fitting cover for...
Oh, and Marilyn Monroe had it like that? She was thick back in 1930. Shout out Marilyn Monroe. I thought she was like Barbie, like Victoria's Secret model, like then. Okay, Monroe.
An R&B project. Now, there's been some controversy around this cover. Well, the cover art itself did raise some controversy from another Mississauga rapper named John River. The visuals in question are from his track Hope City 2, where the towers are clearly seen behind him throughout the entire...
So like, what are these towers? Like, what's in here? Is this like office space in this? Marilyn Monroe Towers. Let me look this up. What's inside Marilyn Monroe Towers? Where is this? He said in I don't know how to spell that, Mississauga. Yeah, residential condos, gym. That's odd. That's an odd looking building.
Our video. This was a track that I caught on to like 8 years ago or 7 years ago.
My hoes is getting stronger, the home is getting honored, the homies know it's water. That's the shit I rep for.
At the time, I was saying, who is this kid? Like, this guy clearly got it. He's got it. He's up next for Canada.
Clock struck 12, said I blow by 3. So when they ask you about the river, say they know about me.
However,
They sound good.
over the years, I would check back to see what happened to this kid, and things just got really quiet for him. I was dumbfounded to see how someone with this much talent, who also lived very close to Drake, seemed to fall by the wayside.
Mississauga. Why is it spelled like that? Any relation to Mississippi? Any relation to Mississippi? Andy and Bruce said that woman Drake settled the SAK with for $300K. This is allegedly. I'm not saying this happened. Has a son that looked exactly like Drake at that age and was a bit with a son, but Kendrick's had a daughter. So if Drake actually has a hidden son and not a daughter, then yes, that would be Kendrick lying on Drake. I mean, it's a rap battle. People tell lies. It's not a big deal. I saw Vince Staples for $30 5 years ago, and that was the best concert I went to. Yeah, my best concert, I talk about it often. I have pictures from it. I should post the pictures. The best concert I went to was in 2011 in Pomona at the Glass House. It was Kendrick, Kendrick, Schoolboy Q, not Drake, because I was a lot more obnoxious about Drake back then. I would have been one of those crazy people on Twitter. In fact, I was. Kendrick, Schoolboy Q, Absol, Jhené Aiko, Pomona, Glass House, maybe like $20, maybe $25. We was packed in, we was sweaty, no AC, but we was dedicated, man. Those was the times. A stadium show does not compare to that. Yeah, Paid Dues Festival. Shout out to Paid Dues, man. Oh, Mike 4P, if you didn't like my yawning review of the Drake album. Anthony Fantano also ate food in his other reviews and did nothing else. Yeah, I think I was the first one to yawn. I didn't want to, take one of Anthony Fantano's ideas. I don't want to do that. This guy tries to say he owns the towers.
very close to Drake, seemed to fall by the wayside. Then I found out what actually happened. Coming off this Hope City 2 video, John had a really good buzz going. Canadian OG Cardinal Officiel brought John out on stage, and he announced that this kid was up next for Canada. In the city, this is a big cosign. This is a big cosign in Canada.
Cardinal
Whenever them white
Official.
folks talk, they gotta respect the rapper who bought the whole black car.
So everything was looking up for John. He even
How
caught
do y'all feel about Toronto accents? I find them a little annoying.
to Aya Jay-Z at Rock Nation.
And it seems like it's Toronto specifically that has the accent. I don't know if it's all of Canada, because obviously Canada's huge, a lot of different provinces. How do y'all feel about the Toronto accents?
soon found himself in LA
To me, it's kind of like the Baltimore accents. Like, I don't like those.
working with Rock Nation producers. But then tragedy struck John. John suffered from a CSF brain fluid leak where he lost 100% of his vision, use of his legs, and he essentially
Wow.
lost the ability to do everyday normal tasks. He was this close. He was really close to living out his dreams, and then everything stopped. For the first year, he was pretty much stuck in bed, and he wasn't allowed to lift anything over 5 pounds. He then suffered a vocal cord injury, eardrum ruptures, he fell and had a really bad concussion,
My goodness.
all kinds of health issues, and doctors told John it would take 7 years to recover. The reason why I'm even sharing this is because I started talking to John back in 2024. He's a really good dude, really good dude. I had made plans to do a piece on John back in December, and this is only 2% of his story, but I felt like now would be a really good time to at least introduce him. He is making music again. He is insanely talented. I'm going to leave his YouTube channel and
Wow, I
his
wonder if his voice sounds different because he had the whole vocal cord thing.
socials in the description. Now, the question is, did Drake and Party steal this idea? Well, John recently took to IG.
I mean, I don't know if they stole. Again, I'm not Canadian, so this ain't even my culture, right? But I mean, the Marilyn Monroe Towers, it would seem like a place where people will go and take a lot of pictures, right? It's an odd-looking building. I've never seen a building that looks like this. So because one guy in John Rivers shot a video there, I don't think that disqualifies anyone like Party Next Door or Drake putting them on their album cover. Now, if they shot a video, if Party Next Door and Drake shot a video at those towers with the same appearance and the same gradient that John Rivers had in his video, then yeah, I'll be like, all right, you on some biting stuff. But simply including the towers, I don't know. Marilyn Monroe, she's bad. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna
He is
lie.
making
We ain't gonna be racist, but she bad though.
music again. He is insanely talented. I'm going to leave his YouTube channel and his socials in the description. Now, the question is, did Drake and Party steal this idea? Well, John recently took to IG, and in a series of posts, he explained his side of the story and how he felt about it. He allegedly does have a history with Party Next Door. They are from the same
okay.
city, and by all accounts, John was the first person to feature these towers.
Wow, okay, so he
Felt about
was
it.
the first. Okay. Party Next Door wanted to get on a call after my video went viral on this last call. Lasted 2 hours. Excuse me. He told me he watched the video 20 times. Me in front of the Monroe Tower was labeled innovative and iconic.
He allegedly does have a history.
Why are you getting
with
attention
Party Next
instead of
Door.
me?
They are from the same city, and by all accounts, John was the first person to feature these towers in a hip hop music video.
Wow.
In my opinion, whether consciously or subconsciously, I do believe that John did inspire this cover, at a minimum. Again, I'm going to link his profile below, so it's the first post on his IG profile. You can read it yourself. For production,
Drake God said, you said the Toronto accent sounds Jamaican? I don't know. It's hard to even replicate, but they're kind of like, hey, dog. Like, hey, dog. Like, Shorty's head. Like, it's very annoying. I find it very annoying.
on the track, we got
Hey,
Kid
dog,
Masterpiece, who has been tied to OVO for quite some time. We also got another
Ting.
friend of OVO with Gordo, and a few other guys in the mix here, Simon on the Moon, Clar, and of course Noel, who is OVO sound engineer.
Someone go tell Noel to get it backwards.
And also good to see that 40 was the guy who mixed the track. I'm all for
He
giving
looks like somebody. Who does he look like? He kind of looks like Parks from the Joe Budden podcast a little bit.
guy who mixed the track. I'm all for giving the producers props because not enough people do. Every breakdown I do, I always list them. The song is broken up into 3 different beats with 2 switches and 2 samples. The
Yeah.
first sample with the gospel sounding choir is called Sing from the Terrell Show.
Taking to church.
For Drake's track, the words that we're hearing is when we make a joyful song.
Yeah, Red Gun says some Canadian accents sound French Yeah, there's a lot of different accents. So I think it's just specifically the Toronto accent that sounds, I don't know. You know who has the accent? Because sometimes, like, I've been to Toronto and everybody didn't have the accent, but it'd be like the Somalis who live in Toronto. I think they're the ones that's influencing everyone to talk like that because they have their accent like that comes from their family, but then they throw the English on it, but then they throw like the slang on it, and obviously they get the influences from America, so it just comes out how it comes out. I don't know. Because, like, what's the dirty? He's Canadian, right? He doesn't have, like, that accent. And then I watch this other white dude that camps on YouTube. He's from Canada somewhere, camping with Steve. He sounds French. He has similarities in his accent. He's like, a boat. He doesn't say about, a boat. You know, a boat. You know what I mean?
I know where I belong with the Lord guiding me, and that simply loops throughout the first beat. The sample heard at the end of the track is I Miss You by Aaron Hall.
Miss you? Yeah.
Sampling, production, all amazing on this project.
Drake elimination, fake intimidation.
So Drake starts off here right out the gate referencing Kanye from an interview when he talked about the group effort to eliminate Drake.
You know, everybody was very, very excited about the elimination of Drake. Not excited, we was energized.
Now Drake.
Yeah, Somalis have. Yeah, let's look at the other top 5 Somali accents. Everywhere they go, listen to how the other top 5 sounds. Yeah, so let's look up the fake top 5 Canadian. Yeah, his voice is crazy.
An innocent man just came home, right? 3 years the journey with the best lawyer, Gary Grill. Like I always do, I let him do the talking. You know what I'm saying?
But this applies to you, so you must have some feelings to share.
There's no power, no might except by God.
It wasn't that bad. There was a video, girl, Canadian. There was a video with a white chick, and she just sounded terrible. And she was saying his didn't sound that bad. Let me see. Oh, Andrew Callahan, Channel 5, right here. This is it. I'm surprised I found this right now. This is disgusting.
And what I don't like is if the business is true that you left your moms in the hood, somebody go smoke that you. You don't leave your
This is disgusting. This is crazy.
Moms nowhere. You have money and you left your moms there? Yo, you're sick to my stomach, fam. But if it's not true, Shorty's just talking shit.
Yo, shut the hey, yo.
Shut the fuck up!
I can't with that accent, man.
They could also be alluding to his ongoing issues with UMG, as according to him, they conspired to eliminate him as well. I believe Drake sees UMG as the real enemy. Like, that's his biggest enemy. Drake claims that it's all just fake intimidation, and he's basically unfazed by anything that's
Aaron Hall definitely has a weird
case. This, of course, applies to Kendrick,
sure.
as many have stated that this was just a moment in time, and that his run will not be sustainable. Then there's the lawsuit itself, where it's alleged that Kendrick used bots and was getting a push from UMG, and even the Super Bowl itself is reportedly decided by a person who dislikes Drake, and that's Jay-Z. From Drake's perspective, he doesn't see this as legitimate. It's fake intimidation. Like, Kendrick had a lot of help.
Take a minute, take a deep breath, have a little bit of patience.
Drake appears to be taking a moment to meditate, grounding himself in the belief that this moment will pass, as he has strong faith that the truth will prevail, and once the dust...
Smoke that Ute. It's crazy. Vegas Dev said my cousins from the South be making fun of my LA accent. Yeah, I don't think I have an LA accent. And people from the South making fun of any accent is crazy. Although I do think the New Orleans people, they have a really cool accent. I don't think I have an LA accent. I think I sound like somebody on the news. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter where in the country you are. The news anchors, they sound the same. I think I sound like somebody on the news. But there are some times where it comes out a little.
Settles, people will see all this for what it actually is. I agree. It's not going to always be Drake hate, and Kendrick praise. Like, it's going to self-adjust. I think it already has a little bit.
Connell Harris said Vince Carter made Toronto cool. Yeah, Vince Carter. And you remember when there was an NBA team in Canada? Well, there's the Raptors. But remember when the Grizzlies, the Vancouver Grizzlies, as a kid, I used to be like, what is Vancouver? Like, where is that?
Amazing. You the inspiration. You set the bar for the next generation.
Drake is quoting what many people have said over the years, and especially during his So Far Gone era, as he truly set the bar for the next generation of rappers. This was even something that Kendrick himself acknowledged.
Once he went out there and did them numbers on all the original music and still got the mixtape, and went gold, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
What that did was grab attention from all independent artists and letting us know, yo, you have to compete on another level now.
The minute Drake dropped So Far Gone, you know what I mean? The game instantly changed.
Look, whether you agree with Drake's influence on music, like whether you like it, like what he's done, it's still undeniable his impact.
You Neo in the Matrix, these niggas just Nemo in the ocean. Small fish making kids feel emotion.
That's not bars. That's not bars at all.
No bars.
Let's hear that again.
Not a bar.
Like what he's done, it's still undeniable his impact.
You Neo in the Matrix, these niggas just Nemo in the ocean. Small fish making kids feel emotion.
You Neo in the Matrix. Let me hear that again.
Whether you agree with Drake's
I'm sorry to keep putting y'all through
whether
these
you like it, like what he's done,
terrible
it's still
bars,
undeniable his impact.
You Neo in the Matrix, these niggas just Nemo in the ocean. Small fish.
You Neo in the Matrix, these dudes just Nemo in the ocean. You know, Finding Nemo. Small fish making kids feel emotion.
No bars. None. Not a bar.
So anyway, yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe to the video. We just gotta keep reminding the people who are coming in new, hit like, hit subscribe. We don't gotta go in the chat, no pressure. Shout out to my chat though. Chat, we really mess with y'all.
Fish making kids feel emotion.
Drake compares himself to Neo from The Matrix, which is a layered line because according to his lawsuit, he was up against much bigger forces than just Kendrick. I always gotta stress that Drake is actually really good at these types of references. Neo was just a regular guy living as a regular person within The Matrix, which is a fake world created by machines to control humans. When Neo discovers the truth and is deemed as being the one, he escapes and fights to free humanity, and he ultimately sacrifices himself to allow
Yeah, you wanna hear something crazy? I've never seen this movie.
humans a chance to escape as well. There's definitely some parallels.
But I know all the cultural references about it, like, you know, the Matrix thing and the red pill, blue pill thing and all that, or whatever it's called.
With respect to the lawsuit. If Drake is Neo, then the music industry is the Matrix because this is where all the manufactured streams, bots, and illusions take place to make up that entire facade. Just like Neo, Drake
I gotta hear that again, hold on.
To allow humans a chance to escape as well. There's definitely some parallels with respect to the lawsuit. If Drake is Neo, then the music industry is the Matrix because this is where all the manufactured streams, bots, and illusions take place to make up that entire facade.
Thanks.
Just like Neo, Drake was once a regular guy who signed a record deal and he lived inside the system.
My assistant had to bring me a water.
Ignorant to the fact that everything was fabricated. When Drake first came in, he was just happy.
Yeah, the idea that Drake is not benefited from this same manufactured all this
are not in control and are often completely unaware of what's even taking place. I would say 98% of the artists signed by these labels don't have the sweetest clue as to how the machine is really working. However, in the movie, there are some people who live in this fake world and they know damn well that everything is all fake, but they prefer to stay in it because it's comfortable. The artists that know about how all this works, like the 1%, those are the artists who are benefiting from this shit the most. They're the last people that'll ever expose it. In the case of Drake, if anyone knows how this...
I'm gonna read the chat. Hold on, let me see. New Orleans can't even pronounce the name of their city. Talking about some Nolans. That's how they say it, man. So if that's how they say it, that's the proper way to say it, right? The lyrics form, piece of my love, my guy, are just, yeah. You talking about Aaron Hall, yeah. Crazy. You think, I'm not gonna even compare him to R. Kelly because that's wild. Someone said, do I say finna? Finna run to the store. Yeah, I say finna. I say finna. I ain't gonna lie. Matrix 1 is great. I even like the second one until the last 15 minutes. Yeah, Matrix is a classic. I just don't, for me to sit down and watch a movie for like 2-3 hours, it's something I'm not gonna do.
This machine really works, it's probably him. So calling himself the one actually kind of makes sense. Much like Neo, with this lawsuit, Drake is sacrificing himself, which will potentially help current and future artists. Now, to be fair, we don't have a clue what Drake's been really doing.
Gonna help current and future artists. With Drake, weren't you benefiting from that the whole time? All them years you benefited from it? Oh, so now it's not going in your way. You want to do something to help the people. And Drake we need to stop this because this is a horrible look.
Went through with UMG over the years. We have no idea. Of course, Drake's setup from the previous two lines also perfectly ties into this third line where he claims to be Neo. They're more or less telling Drake, like, you are the one, bro. Like, you changed a whole generation. You're amazing. Drake also claims that his competition are small fish like Nemo in the ocean, the clownfish from the Disney movie. In the movie, when Nemo is in the ocean, his every move is controlled by his father, Marley.
These are just some terrible bars, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, this is not bars at all.
Drake is claiming that these guys are all small fish as they are living their lives in a controlled setting, one that he has decided to break free from.
Using you for promotion, true words have never been spoken.
This line actually has quite a bit of depth, as most of the artists that turned on Drake were once people he helped. An artist like Kendrick could have used Drake for promotion in the beginning of his career for features and of course the Club Paradise tour. However, by Kendrick now dissing Drake, one could argue that he used them for promotion again, but in a different way. This applies to most of the people who went at Drake, as he gave them all a boost at one point or another. Future and Metro's album gained a ton of traction off the strength of dissing Drake, and then I think of people like DJ Khaled, who literally structures his entire rollout by claiming that he has a Drake feature.
Did the Drake vocals come in yet? Aside, did the Drake vocals come in yet?
And I felt like Khaled was a perfect example of Drake really seeing things for what they are.
This guy's got 2 Drake songs on there, okay, 2.
Khaled promoted a recent project claiming that he had 2 features from Drake, and Drake clowned him and said it must be Drake Bell. It seems pretty clear that Khaled probably did not keep up with Drake, even through this past year, which was a tough time for him, and Khaled revealed his hand.
I'm sure how many of these dudes are really fucking using me.
Niggas wanna see rip me on a t-shirt like I'm Hulk Hogan.
Drake refers to Hulk Hogan's infamous t-shirt ripping stunt while alluding to the fact that people want him dead and on a shirt. Coincidentally enough, after the beef with Kendrick, there were some rest in peace Drake shirts going around. There's also the fact that even though Hulk Hogan is the most iconic wrestler of all time, he's also arguably the most hated.
I appreciate the fans rocking with me. This is really just a small token. Really fucking with a visionary.
So Drake is thanking.
What's that dirt always be reaching? I mean, what's the dirt is right a lot, but he's right a lot, number one. And then the research that he does to get some of this stuff, it takes a lot to do that. But on the other hand, when you're breaking down stuff this much and going in this in detail, sometimes things are going to be reaches. I mean, that's just the facts of things. That's just how it works.
Thanking his fans for sticking by his side and riding out the storm. He's given back this music as a token of his appreciation. It's here where he's positioning this album itself as just something that he's doing to feed the audience to scratch the itch as the best is yet to come. He then refers to himself as a visionary, which really ties into the fact that this album is a smaller chunk of a larger plan. Just like most of his career, Drake appears to have a vision in mind of where he ultimately sees this thing going. I mean, for as long as he's been
someone
at the top
said
of the
it's
game,
lagging for y'all. I said the stream is lagging. Lag is crazy. All right, let me see. Give me a second. Stream glitching. Yeah. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna start a new stream. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna move back a couple minutes in the video. So if you stick around, just go to the channel. I'm gonna re-up it real quick.